How are we doing, everyone? Mr. Howery here. I want to thank you again for joining me for another Genshin Impact character dive. We all know who you're here for, so let's get to it. As usual, let's start off with our character's name, starting off with her last name of Kami Sato. Now, the first part of her last name, Kami, written like this, usually translate to things like God or gods, but in some occasions can translate to mind or soul. Now, the second half of her last name, Sato, usually translate to things like village or league. So some of the more common ways to read her last name would be Village of the Gods or League of Gods as a whole. Now when it comes to her first name, Ayaka, the first part of her first name, Aya, written like this, usually translates to design and in some cases twill. Now, the second part of her last name, Ka, written like this, usually translate to things like flower, gorgeous, or splendor. Now when it comes to the entirety of her name, of Kamisato Ayaka, it could translate to something like gorgeous design of the village of the gods, or flower designed by the village of gods. And this to me makes her have one of the coolest names that I have researched so far. Let's move on to Ayaka's influences. Now, these aren't actually too crazy, because just by taking a look at her outfit, as well as her hair ornament, we can see that it's very reminiscent of a kabuto helmet that the samurai would wear. And if you take a good look at the armor she wears, it is also quite reminiscent of the samurai. Thus it is quite easy for us to discern that she is probably strongly influenced by the samurai of Japan. However, when it comes to her fighting style, this is a little bit more interesting because it looks like they may have taken some influence from Iai Jutsu, sometimes known as Bato Jutsu, which is the art of quick drawing a blade, which we see when she flings out her blade real quick and does multiple slashes. And it seems that there could be some minor influence from Tessen Jutsu, which is the art of the iron fan, but I'm not entirely sure. It could be more influence from geisha, based off of the dance she does in the game, because there is a dance that the geisha learn that incorporate a fan. And the fact that she doesn't use the fan in much combat aside from her burst skill and elemental skill. From that we can take that Tessen Jutsu probably doesn't have as much of an influence on her fighting style as Iai Jutsu or Bato Jutsu do. Alright, moving on to our voice actor, starting off with our English voice actor of Erica Mendez. Now, Erica Mendez has a lot of awesome roles under her belt, but I wonder which one we should start with. I know, we should start with Gon Freaks from Hunter x Hunter. She is also Atsuko from Little Witch Academia. She plays Megumin from Konosuba. She is also Haruka Tenno / Sailor Uranus from the Sailor Moon franchise. She plays Maki from the Danganronpa V3 game, as well as Bernadetta from Fire Emblem Three Houses, as well as Fire Emblem Heroes, and many, many more. Moving on to our Japanese voice actress, Saori Hayami. Now, Saori Hayami has recently become one of my personal favorite voice actresses because of some of her awesome roles such as Ryu Leon from Danmachi, Shinobu from Demon Slayer, Ameri from the Iruma-kun series, as well as one of my personal favorite roles, Yor Forger from Spy Family. Now, that's pretty awesome. However, when it comes to gaming, she has also been Laura from the Xenoblade 2 games, as well as Mai Natsume from the Blaze Blue franchise. Now, as much as I would love to cover the other amazing roles that these two awesome voice actors have done, that would just take up a bit too much time. So, we're going to end this section of the video here. But, before I go, how about a hint at who my next character will be? Are you ready? Here we go. So, did you figure out who the next character video will be about? If so, leave a comment down below, or just comment something if you have something to share. And if you like this video, remember to leave a like, and subscribe for more videos like these. Now with that said, Mr. Howery, out.